Hey, Brent.
Hi, Dick. How have you been? It's been a while.
Good to see you.
Good to see you, too.
Need a cup of coffee?
Yeah, let me go ahead and grab a cup. I see you already have one.
So, have you been scuba diving lately?
No, I really haven't. I really haven't had the time, and I've been so busy with business and the kids and all the day-to-day stuff. And no, I don't. I really don't have anything planned. The last trip I went on was like a year and a half ago, and yeah, it's just been in this department, on the investment side, it's a lot. There's a lot of work involved, so it's been challenging. How about you?
Well, I just got back from that big Indonesia trip.
Oh, I didn't know.
That was amazing.
Tell me a little bit about that one. That had to be exciting.
I think it was the best dive trip I've ever been on. It was a hassle getting there. One flight alone was 22 hours. Took about 2.5 days to get over to where we left on the boat, but
incredible.
10 days of diving. We were in the water 4 hours every day.
So how many dives total did you do?
I had over 30 dives. Manta rays, micro stuff. It was just awesome.
Now, did you go with your normal club?
I did. There were 14 of us on the boat, and I'm telling you, the boat was primo. They just took great care of us.
That's exciting.
Yeah. Wish I had another one planned.
Well, maybe sometime in the future we'll get a chance to maybe go on the same trip together. That would be fun.
Well, I'll keep you posted.
Yeah, okay. Please do. Please do.
Well, thanks for taking time to get together this morning.
Sure. That's fine, Dick. That's obviously it's always good to catch up with you, but my schedule is compressed. I'm not sure exactly what the agenda is for today, so tell me exactly what you want to talk about.
Well, sure, I understand. As you know, I see your training coordinator, Tom Lloyd, pretty often. And I was talking to him the other day, and he told me about a big new initiative that you're working on right now. Yeah, I know you're going to get around to calling me at some point, but I just wanted to get up to speed a little bit earlier than usual. I'm interested in your business and how it's doing, and also any problems that you might be facing right now.
Well, then your timing is very good, Dick. The new initiative is very significant. It's going to be a very innovative type of project. There's going to be a lot of people involved, but with any initiative like this, there's going to be some problems along the way. I'm sure of that. You know how that goes.
Well, I'm dying to hear about this new initiative. Just exactly what is it? Oh,
I thought Tom would have told you more about that already.
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay. Well, as you well know, working for the bank, of course, and with the economy and the loan losses that everyone's suffering in the financial industry, we decided it was, I sat back and met with the senior leadership team, and the thought was really, it's time for us to really, sit back and stop and take initiative here, and quit trying to blame the economy and everybody else involved in the economy, and just really take responsibility and say, hey, what can we do to turn this thing around? So that's really the basis of the program, and really the focus will be improving our loan portfolio, minimizing our losses, and really putting a program together that'll really turn the team in a little different direction. So,
well, that's a pretty tall order, Brent. What's your strategy for this new program?
Well, that's a good question. The business goal is firm, as I talked about. We're going to minimize our losses, improve our loan portfolio, but the strategy itself, we're still really fleshing that out. It's still not complete yet, so I really can't go into any more detail on the strategy at this point, but we do have a firm direction, we do have a firm stated goal, so the next step is really to continue to work on that strategy.
Can you tell me what our losses are? I mean, I read the papers and all that, but I don't get much around here.
Yeah, I understand. Well, it's public knowledge, of course. We're a publicly held bank, but our loan portfolio is taking another hit this quarter. It looks like we're going to, based on the estimates, we're going to probably have an additional 10%, somewhere in that range, hit on the previous estimates. So it's not a good scenario.
I see. So what are our targets for improvement?
Well, I'm not really sure I'm ready to share that yet, Dick. we're still trying to figure that one out, and it's still a work in progress, quite honestly.
Well, okay, I understand that. Do you know right now what indicators you're going to use to measure your goal? And are those the same indicators that you use to give me the current results?
They're the same, but I can give you more specifics. The goal is really to impact the quarterly loan goals, and going forward, reduce our losses back to an acceptable percentage that we were at before the last year and a half or 2 years of losses. So we want to get back to that acceptable percentage that we were at before, and my goal, and it's again stated as part of the direction of the timeline, is I want to do it within a year.
Okay. Well, great. You got your business goal. And key indicators for measuring the results, and you got a timeline for the success that you figured out. Can you tell me what factors inside our organization you think will challenge your achievement of this goal?
Wow, you're just full of questions today, aren't you?
Well, yeah, I know my approach is a little different. I think that if I do my homework a little better, and try to find out what it's like to walk in your shoes once in a while, that I can be a better partner for you.
Okay, well, that's fair. There'll be the normal flavor of the month. There'll be a group that will say, okay, here's just another new program. It'll go away in a couple months. This is, senior management coming up with another idea. So there'll be some withdrawal or a lack of acceptance around that. There'll be a group that'll go there. And then, quite frankly, I think there'll be a group that will say, you know what? I don't know that I want to participate, and we'll probably have some turnover, Dick. And that's to be expected when you roll out a new program like this, and it's going to be fairly significant. So, but the challenge is really true adoption of the program and the behavioral changes. We got to have people, adopt the program, and we got to have people that modify behaviors. So, the other one is just the typical. I'm sure you've heard this one before in projects you've been involved in. Is just general resistance to change. How do you deal with the whole change management aspects, right? Does that sound familiar?
Yeah, I guess it does. Well, you seem to have a pretty realistic picture of the internal barriers. I know the lending markets are pretty stressed right now. What's your assessment of the barriers external to the organization?
You're right. Our biggest challenge there is really the whole economy and the weakness of the loan portfolio. And our plan really is to focus on people, processes, and technology, and really to build a recovery program for the division, which I talked about earlier. So we all know leading's not easy, but change has to be done, and really effective leadership and modifying behaviors and getting people to go in a different direction is the real challenge.
Well, Brent, how do you feel about this challenge right now? Well,
I'm ready. Dick, I'm ready to do something different. We got to get out of this current situation. We're all, it's very, very difficult and challenging for all of us. But I don't want my team or division to be viewed either externally or internally as a victim of the economy any longer. No more excuses about economy and all the banking industry issues and that. It's time for us to get busy and pull ourselves out and up and move on.
Well, you got a great attitude. Tell me about your people. What are they going to have to do more, better, or differently to support this new goal?
Well, I'm going to ask, and I'm going to be dependent on key people stepping up to the challenge and again, leading by example. That's what I'm going to be asking everybody to step up to that.
Okay. You must have a few star players out there who may be achieving the desired results right now. What are they doing differently that makes them so successful?
Well, we do have some very good senior loan officers that have been in the business a long time, and they still have good clients. They know how to service a client, how to maintain a client, how to maintain relationships. And a lot of those good businesses out there are starting to rebound. So, but again, I think a lot of our people have been consumed by, the whole negative impact of it, the bad loans, what institutions going on the watch list next, and they forget about going out and really prospecting, looking for the new opportunities and the new loans. And so, yeah, we've got strong players out there. Sure we do.
Do you think I might have a chance to talk to them? Maybe I could find out what it is that sets them apart. Maybe it would help us if we knew some of the specific behaviors that are making them more successful.
Dick, I think I'd be fine at some point. I think it's a little early to actually do that. I think the strategy is just not formulated and built out to the point to where I think it makes sense to do that. But yeah, downstream, I think it'd be a good idea.
Okay, sure. Well, whenever you're ready. Speaking strictly on the performance side here, what barriers do you think are going to challenge your people to perform as you need them to?
That's a good question. Well, we've got a number of challenges. We've got a technology challenge. That's one particularly. Our core business applications, I feel like, are somewhat dated, especially our whole analytics and reporting capabilities. There's been some new technologies that have come out on the market that I'm really interested in, and so I think that needs to be revamped. So I want to look at technology, but I also want to look at the people side of it, and I really want to look at what we can do from a sales perspective. Can we put a training program and an initiative together on the sales side that, really focused on finding prospects, the lead generation part of it, the whole closing and the servicing, and to develop the right portfolio to take us into the future. So that's really what I'm looking at.
Well, Brent, I feel like I've learned a lot from this meeting this morning. I'm glad Tom gave me a heads up. I hope maybe we can, I hope it's been helpful for you.
Sure, it has been. I don't know if we accomplished much in the way of a training plan.
Well, that's all right. It went a long way toward making me better prepared when you do get around to thinking about a training plan. I wonder, do you think you might find it useful for us to have these meetings more often? I know we didn't have an agenda, but I think it was time well spent, at least for me.
Sure. It's worth a little time to keep you involved, Dick, and getting involved before we need you. So having answered some of the questions made me think through some of this even better, and so it was helpful. So let's do it again sometime.
Okay, good. And we'll try to get together for some diving.
Scuba, yeah, good. Thanks.